Hey guys, so I have Josh with me today, or Josh has me with him today, because he is gonna attempt to make pigs in a blanket bread. And guess what? I don't have none of these doors open, so we can't see ourselves. Say hello to the people, Josh.
Hello. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show.
Alright guys, I'm just flipping my doors open so we can see ourselves to make sure that we're in the shot, okay? So we have two cameras going. Josh, can I get in the hole over here?
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable in here and I can like make myself smaller like a rat.
I'd say mouse, but alright.
Is it mice that does that or not rats?
They both can, but mice are tinier.
Alright, so we have my book and...
So,
Are we seeing everything going on there? Ready?
I see.
Okay. Alright, so we did our opening already. Alright.
Question is it recording?
It has the red button.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we have my bread book, alright? And this is on page 36. And we're going to be doing pigs in a blanket. So Josh, I measured out some of the stuff for us already. Mm-hmm. We're going to need 7 tablespoons of warm water.
Okay.
And right here is the tablespoon. See 7 right here?
Okay.
And warm water meaning put it all the way to hot.
Okay.
And then stick your finger underneath it. And if you have to like pull your finger out really quickly, that's hot enough. Try it.
My threshold and your threshold of heat's different, though.
Well, it's going to be hot. Try it. So guys, pigs in a blanket is really easy to make. And you're going to see what we mean as soon as Joshua gets this water. 10 long years ago, I published my first cookbook of recipes from my home country of Belize. My cooking show, The Bear Pantry Show, was created based on that book. 7 years later, I redid the book, removed some of the recipes that I didn't deem to be authentic enough, and added about 30 brand new recipes that are easy to follow, budget-friendly, authentic, and comes out perfect each time. Matter of fact, it comes out perfect the first time. Get your copy today only from www.barepantryshow.com. Shop safely and securely at www.barepantryshow.com. That's not hot enough yet. Okay, bring up the heat.
I think that makes it hotter. I think I just want to
Touch it.
That's pretty hot, yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Get 7 ounces from me. Seven? I mean not ounces, tablespoons. Did I say tablespoons or ounce?
I don't
Tablespoons,
remember.
yeah, tablespoons. You got it? Don't worry if it's a little bit too much, because we can always fix it with a little more flour, see? It's right at 7 tablespoons. And then to that we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of active dry yeast right here.
Okay.
We buy our yeast by the pound, so we put it in jars. Why? Because if you put it in a plastic container, some reason this will leak water back into the yeast and it'll go bad. That's good, that's good. Toss it in there. And then to this is a 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. Sugar right here. Here. Get the measuring stuff out the way so he doesn't get confused. It also calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
So half a teaspoon.
1.5. 1.5. 1.5. That's half and that's 1.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna put the salt because my butter has salt,
So
and
you
it calls
dump it in there? Okay.
it calls for a tablespoon, and then the 1. It calls for a tablespoon of butter, and it's salted. But if you're gonna put the salt, don't put it in the yeast, all right? Because salt retards the activation of the yeast. So take this little spoon and stir it up.
Okay.
Stir it up. Oh, copyright.
Yeah. Well, you're fine
Set it
with that.
aside.
Okay.
Now, if that water was too hot, did you see how you had your finger underneath? It was hot, but you could still leave your finger there.
Yeah.
But you see, at one point you couldn't leave your finger there. That's how I do it. All right. We live in America, so we get hot water, and that's how I do it. If not, you're gonna have to get a
Thermometer?
Yeah, thermometer. I want to say thermostat.
A
thermometer thingy, and it has to be between 105 and 115. Above 115 is too hot. Below 105 is too cold. So we're gonna sit this here. If it's too hot, it's not gonna activate. You're gonna see.
How do you know
all
when
right?
it activates?
It needs about 5 to 8 minutes.
Oh, but how do you know when it's activated?
Because you'll see it foaming on the top. Now, because this is a little bit of yeast, only a 1/4 teaspoon to all that water, it's gonna be a slight little foam on the top.
Right.
If it's a lot of yeast, it does a thing like that.
Okay.
All right, so let me get a bowl for you. We don't need a big bowl, so I'm gonna let you use this small bowl right here. Well, let me get a see-through one so people can see what you're doing.
Let's see, don't blow lightly, so wait for 5 to 8 minutes, yeah.
thank you to everybody who's already bought the bread book. And for the other people who didn't buy it, Joshua and I are going to persuade you today to buy. Because I know you already want to buy it. And even if you say, well, I don't have the money. Everybody broke nowadays. But still we find money to do stuff though, right? Still, well, I don't buy coffee, but
No.
I buy other things.
Pop does.
I buy curtain rods. All right, Josh, 1 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, and I measure that cup for you. And you scoop it and scrape off the top like when you do the muffins. Joshua knows how to do chocolate chip muffins really, really well because he does it every single week. So they say practice makes perfect, but I change it. Practice to be perfect. What did I say, guys? Say it with me. Practice to be perfect. Practice doesn't really make perfect because there's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah, true.
All right, let me get where's the thingy? Put the butter in.
Okay.
This is where you would put the salt. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt if you're doing the salt. Put the butter. The butter has salt. Okay, let's see. Water, yeast, sugar, flour, salt, butter. So that's it. That's all the ingredients you need.
So now we gotta wait.
We're gonna wait on this, but while we're waiting, let's make a blend of what we want for the spice. Yeah. So what do you want? You want what we put in it yesterday?
Same thing as yesterday because that was really good. Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna do parsley, and I'm just gonna grab this little teaspoon back here from my friend Julie. Let's put some parsley. I've got a couple. Right? You can always mix more in the blend if you find out that you came up short. So over here we're gonna put onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne.
And salt, but salt's later, right?
I put the salt after. I don't mix the salt in with this. So I'll say like 1 teaspoon of the cayenne. So wasn't yesterday absolutely wonderful? Joshua with Jada's friends, her teammate Sarah, and her husband came for dinner. And that cake came out so lovely. They're on their honeymoon, guys. So this is a stop on their honeymoon. Weren't we so lucky to have them come and stop here as a part of their stop? They didn't have to stop here.
They did not. But
we have family that don't want to come here.
True.
This is for the top. And you're also going to need an egg wash. When you get an egg. And where is Joe for the people who want to see more Joe? Joe is over at Jory's. Tell them, Joshua.
Fixing his truck.
Oh, God. How long has that been going on, Joshua?
What are we at, 2 days now?
On this fix.
And it's not an easy fix. It's we got to take apart some of the engine fix.
Yeah, what happened was Jory's truck, the problem first started months ago. It was overheating, right?
Yeah,
and then it was the radiator that busted or something like that.
And
so
that got repaired.
So that was fixed.
Yeah.
Then it was still kind of overheating, and so then I forgot what they did. What did they do when it was still kind of overheating?
I feel like they didn't do anything. I think it was just like, okay, it fixed itself.
Was it maybe a hose?
Maybe. I think it was something simple.
Yeah, a hose or maybe the radiator cap or something like that. It was something simple.
Wasn't the cap like loose or something?
Yeah, something simple.
Yeah.
And then he ran it and he was scared because Jory's a scary cat. Joshua and Jada don't care.
No, I'll give them this.
They break down, daddy gonna come.
Well, but like when a car is first fixed, I'm still like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Like Jada, the car will just be fixed and Jada will go and stay until 2 in the morning. I'm like,
but let's go to the store real quick.
who's gonna come fetch you?
Let's go somewhere simple where we can get home easy. Oh, easy.
And we have AAA, but AAA, you're not supposed to be using it over and over again because they'll drop you. And
just
also,
like
they take a while to come.
Yeah.
What if you break down on the side of the freeway and then people not gonna get there till 45 minutes later?
And you're in.
Daddy gonna get there in 15 minutes,
and you're
right?
in darkness.
And your phone almost dead. Like Jada always have. She need a
47% all the time.
She needs a what do you call it? Thing, a backup battery charger or something.
Portable charger.
This is just, you see what I did for the egg wash? It's just the yolk and a little bit of milk.
Yeah.
And I did the lactose free milk.
What do you do with the whites?
Normally, you can make icing out of the whites if you want, like the Belize Royal icing. You put this, kind of beat it, put the powdered sugar and some lemon. So if I'm not going to make a cake, I'll make icing from it for the middle. But if I'm not going to make a cake or anything, I just kind of fry it up later for the dogs as a part of their dinner.
Fry and put some salt in.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Okay, if you want to. When Jory lived here, I would save the egg whites for him because he does egg whites. So, anyways, what happened afterwards with the truck? Jory called after 3 weeks of it running great.
Yeah.
No. the check engine light came on.
But it's still running.
And we're still running, no problem, still running. No overheating. It's done.
Cool.
So then, the computer, we have the little, what do you call that? Scanner computer
They call it a little, you plug it into the part of the car and it spits out the code.
Yeah, it spits out the code, and the code said knock sensor.
Yeah.
So he has a 2002 or 2003 Toyota truck. Child, knock sensor is all the way underneath everything. So we had to take it to our mechanic that now inhabits our shop where we used to have the business, right? Ooh, he got expensive. Child, I don't know what the hell happened to him. So, oh, the parts are going up, blah, blah, blah. So he charged Jory $400 to fix it. And when Jory got there, he still needed an extra money. Did you know that part?
No, I did not know.
He wanted to charge like $90 more, but then he ended up with $35. Because Jory probably said, I ain't giving you no more.
Yeah, that's what we agreed upon. When your mechanics give the price, that's it. You can't just change the price.
Yeah, we couldn't change our price when we were printing people bottles.
Exactly.
If we quoted ourselves and we saw the bottle is sucking more paint than normal, we gotta take the hit and then tell him next time it's gonna be higher. So he fixed it, and 2 days after he fixed it, the Jory got home. The thing didn't show that it was overheating, but when he got home, underneath the bonnet, smoke.
Plume of smoke. If me and Jada have had that happen, that's not fun.
So then he says, liquid came out. Joe says, get down and test the liquid and see what it is. Jory says, how do I test it? I have to taste it?
That's very much dad. They're like, it's orange. I know what this is. Yeah.
No, if it smells like pancake syrup, it's transmission.
Oh,
That's
fun.
what transmission oil smells like to me. Like I don't like pancake syrup. There's only a few pancake.
I
I don't like that maple pancake syrup. There's only a few pancake syrup that I like. I like the cheap crap that Food for Less sells. Their brand.
The cheap stuff is good though.
Because it's all sugar.
Yes.
So anyways, Joe went over there. And after like a half hour of diagnostics, thank God that he knows a little bit about fixing cars. Joe's dad was a mechanic.
Dad's like a jack.
They taught them a little, right? But one of the other brothers, he knows more. He does that for
that's a specialty.
for his living. Yeah. Anywho, they got over there, and Joe found out it's the water pump. So Joe said, "Oh, it's gonna be easy to change. Just go buy it at Amazon. We good." Okay, Joe. Let's talk and work. Let's talk and work. See how I foamy?
Yes.
But it's not a thick foam like what you see me do it in the past, because it's a little bit of yeast. But you're still good. You guys see this, right?
You know what to look for.
Can you go show them?
Yeah, sure.
Go show the camera. Let me move my eyes so you know, try to focus on my eyes.
I don't want to tilt it. I don't want to drop it. But there you go. You see that foam? That's what you're looking for.
So, what you want to do now is work the butter into the flour first. And remember, we would have had salt if we put the salt.
Okay.
Your hands are clean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, get your hands in there.
Just showered and all that.
Just kind of pinch it in to work it in. Yeah, so when they looked up YouTube videos, they found out that the water pump is not easy to change, and Sergio had already told them after he changed the knock sensor that sooner than later Jory's gonna have to change the timing belt, or timing belt. I call it timing chain. Timing belt.
Chain, yeah.
And he didn't say the price, and we didn't ask because we're one of them people. Don't ask me.
Let's fix this first problem, then we'll do more problems.
All right, so pour the water in to get off the yeast in it. Get the yeast in it. Don't dash the whole water. Just try to pour it to get the yeast. Pour. Boy.
Oh.
Get the yeast in.
Okay.
Work it in. Reason I'm doing it like that is because different times of the year, flour will measure differently, volume wise.
Okay.
Flour's kind of weird like that.
It is weird.
All right, so you need more water?
Yeah.
Put more. Work it in. So you always hold back on a little bit of your water. If not, if you pour all the water and it's a little bit too damp, just add more flour. That's why we have some flour over there. Okay? Okay, so it needs more water, right?
Yes, it does.
You see the dry? You lift up, let me get it into the dry. Okay? You might lose this whole water.
I assume so.
We have less than half it's like a teaspoon left.
Okay.
If even. You think you need it?
Yeah.
Know how you can test?
Yeah.
Because you have all that on your hand. Take this hand and get that off your hand. Feel how sticky that dough is. That's how you want to test.
It's not super
No,
sticky.
I'm not going to guarantee you that if you buy my bread book, your bread's going to come out perfect like our bread.
It's cooking.
Because anytime somebody gives you a guarantee, that means you're guaranteed to fail. There's no true guarantees in life. Nothing is guaranteed.
No,
life is not guaranteed.
I was about to say, I know what's guaranteed, but I don't think we can say
What's guaranteed? Oh, death?
Yep. That's guaranteed.
Death? So I'm going to tell you that if you buy my book, you have a high probability
Yeah, I think we'll
that
need
your
it.
bread gonna come out good. You need more?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's not connected. There you go.
Okay. High probability that your bread is gonna come out good. A high certainty. Why? Because I've tested and retested, and I write the stuff in clear, concise explanations. See, it says it here.
Since this book is bigger, it's a lot
It says
easier on the
put
eyes.
water, yeast, sugar in a bowl, stir and set aside for 5 to 8 minutes. Did we do that?
Yeah.
Right? We did that. Put flour and salt in a medium bowl, then add the butter and mix with hand. Did we do that? Except we didn't add the salt, you know why.
Yeah.
Okay, then make a well and add the yeast mixture. Joshua didn't really make a well, but doesn't matter. Mix until the ingredients gather together. Did it gather together, Josh?
Looking pretty together to me.
Dump on a lightly floured surface. Oh, this is wet. Let me dry it. Dump on a lightly floured surface. Then knead for 2 minutes. Let's go, Josh. We're at that spot already. That's already
not
instruction
floured?
number 2.
You got flour? What? The book said to do it.
Okay, this is generously floured, so let's go lightly. See, people don't even know what lightly is.
I
See?
don't.
That's lightly, that's too much.
Okay. So what am I doing? I'm kneading it?
Knead,
How do I do that?
Just roll, like that. That's one. You can use 2 hands. Okay, get the rest off your finger. And you can take some flour to get the rest off your finger if it's not coming. Get this off.
Ooh, just slip it off.
Yay, yay. Okay, I'm gonna grab this and just gather.
Yeah.
Okay, this dough feels wet. So
Is that good or bad?
it's not bad. Let's see.
Okay.
See how it's wet in there?
Yeah.
So you just the kneading, you're gonna gather the flour as you go, get it a little bit drier because we want to roll this on the hot dog, right?
Okay.
All right. So where we at the truck now? Oh my God. So to change a water pump, you actually have to remove the timing belt. So Joe told Jory, well, if we're gonna have to remove the timing belt, you might as well buy the whole kit. The water pump comes with the timing belt kit, or the timing belt kit comes with the water pump, whatever it is.
But you get a pack.
Yeah, you get a pack. So you might as well buy the whole kit and then change your timing belt, because Sergio already said you're gonna need to change your timing belt. Now Joe has never changed a timing belt on a Toyota. He changed it on enough Chevys, but not on a Toyota.
Yeah.
So he watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Jory watched a bunch of YouTube videos.
That's crazy. We live in a time where
Joe-
you just do that.
Joe found out that women teach better than men. He goes, when I watch the men, they're confusing as hell. When I watch the women, it's like, oh, I can do this. And I said, you're just saying that because it's a girl teaching it to you, and you figure, oh, if a girl could do it, I could do it, right?
Maybe she was cute.
Okay, hold on, let me get it. See, it's still too sticky, and you're not gathering any more flour.
Oh, I thought I had to, but I was like,
Gather more flour, baby. More flour, baby. Yeah, so they started on Saturday. Today, I shouldn't say what they were taping, but they don't care. My viewers don't care.
Nah.
I'm taping on a Sunday, and I have 2 videos that's probably going to go up before this one. So they started yesterday, and like at 6:30 in the morning they started, because both of them don't sleep late. So they match. If it was Joshua, they would start at noon, or Joe would start without Joshua and be mad.
yeah.
So anywho, they started the Friday. They started to pull things off.
Yeah,
they pull off the
break that
radiator
down,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. And then they recorded every step of the way so that they could rewind the tape,
That's what you're supposed to do.
play the tape and rewind,
Yes.
Joshua.
Bring out a
See
TV and
what
put
the
it
hell.
put it in HD so you can see it better.
So by the time Joe did 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. 8 hours he did yesterday, and they had already changed out the water pump, and they were trying to re-rope the timing belt. And he watched some lady this morning that showed you see them paper thing that you hold paper together with?
Oh, the clips?
The clothespin line?
Yeah, the big black ones, yeah.
The ones that flip the
Where you can like
thing.
clip the metal on it.
Yeah. The lady said use that for something to mark the spot. X marks the spot. So Joe went over there. We don't even call, right, Josh? See how it's less wet?
Yeah.
Get one of the cutting boards, please.
Big or?
Just to cut this on it. I'm gonna cut this into pieces. So
Where are they?
big
Oh,
white
right
one.
there.
Okay. Big brown one, whichever one. You guys, I'm just kind of smoothing off the ball. Okay, baby. And I'm just kind of smoothing it like this, Josh. We're not gonna bake this, so it doesn't matter how pretty that looks.
Okay.
But I do it like that because it's easier to cut in fractions when you're cutting. So if we're gonna do this on the big hot dog, then we're gonna get 16. To get 16, you're gonna have to cut it in half, and then in quarter, and then in eighth, and then in 16. Right? But because we're doing those little dogs, we're going to cut the 16 in 2 again.
Oh.
So we're going to get like 32 or more, because I think it's more in there. So we're just going to watch.
I think it says how much comes in here.
Let's see what we get though.
It has to tell
Does
you
it say?
amount. It has to.
I don't think
right?
it says. They don't count how much go in there.
I'm pretty sure they did. They don't want to give you an extra one.
They have a machine that probably freaking weighs it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, how much should we get here? 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Say mommy. Say mommy. Say Babs. Say Babs. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We got 16 and a half. And a half still left over here.
So 32.
Yeah, we're going to get 32 or more.
Okay.
So Joshua says it doesn't say how much is in there.
It might, but I have not seen it.
Open it up. We're going to need a paper tissue.
It says the serving size is 6 of them, though.
How much you do have? Is it just 16?
No. Like 5 or 6.
That's not bad.
I wasn't trying to like take it all from our guests, you know?
They were awesome guests, Joshua. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about them.
They're cool.
My God, today. They were engaging. They loved the conversation.
They were, yeah. Oh my God, so nice.
They didn't want to come and watch TV.
Sports ball.
Sports ball. And they ate.
Yes. They ate. Oh my God, I hate it when they don't eat and you make all this food.
Oh my
so depressing.
God. And then Jada gave him pataki to take home.
Stomp it out?
No. We're going to take it
One by
out and
one?
put it on the paper because it's wet. So Jada gave them a pataki to take, and they took the train over here from LA because they're doing their honeymoon, and they did Route 66.
Yep.
And they ended up in Vegas, and then they got to LA, turned back in their rental car, and then they took the train up here and the train back to where they're staying.
They say they like it out here more than LA. I was like, yeah, LA is intense.
Yeah, they should have stayed out this side. But then they're going to Disney, and then they're going to fly out the next day.
Yep.
So I'm so glad we made it on their trip. So
I
Josh,
told
grab
Nikki-
one and kind of pat off the water.
I told them to keep an eye out for the fights in Disney because it's always people fighting now.
Yeah.
There's always videos of some family fighting another family.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Joshua just kind of dried it a little bit. So just start on one end, whichever end works for you. And you just kind of rope it like a shoestring.
Oh, okay, that's simple. I thought it was much harder to wrap them. Okay.
So grab one and try it. Pat it off first. I'm going to get something for us to bake on.
I thought you had to do like croissant stuff where you'd be all fancy.
And notice it didn't have to rise.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So I get these at Costco around Christmas time, the big parchment.
Is that when they only have it out? The big one?
Well, we go to a small Costco, so they don't have everything all year long.
Tell me about it. When you find something you love at that Costco, it's gone the next day. So buy it.
Don't try to decide.
Like that little thing you got, the nice little ceramic.
The
one.
bakeware, yeah.
The bakeware, that was gone.
I'm so glad. By the time I got that, I said, "Can you go back and get me one?" It was gone. I
It's a
think
good
somebody
deal.
put the wrong price
Yeah.
and got scolded, and they took that crap off the market.
It was a good price. Not gonna lie, it's like really, it was that
You
cheap.
know what? This crush tempts me, especially on Thursday.
It's for you.
It's for me?
Yeah, Jada bought it
No,
for
you
you.
didn't tell me that was for me.
That's for you.
I'll eat it on a cheat meal a month from now.
I was like, oh, mom's really like holding out with this. Get this out of here.
So just do that. If you want, we could do it on the counter. You think it would be easier to do on the counter than on this cutting board?
For me, probably, because I have to like stretch over there.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like Play-Doh. I remember doing this with
I
Play-Doh.
could cut up the other one and then we could roll it on the counter.
Yeah. I remember doing this with Play-Doh.
And you get better at this by just doing it.
Yeah, you just gotta do it.
All right. And I'm putting it on parchment lined paper. They have to be like maybe an inch apart.
It's like cutting up chicken. You have to just do it.
You like my little Mexican dress?
Yeah,
See?
it's nice.
Joshua, I have trouble with my baby hairs. It's going everywhere.
That, Can I talk about that stupid fat?
You can talk about
That
it.
doesn't do anything and it just makes you look stupid. If I see someone, I'm like, oh, okay, avoid you because there's nothing going on upstairs.
If Joshua meets you and you got baby hairs growing out of your forehead,
What are you
separated
doing?
from your head, bye. Unless you a baby, that's the only way you can have baby hairs.
If you're a baby. You're a little infant, then all right.
Joshua can't.
It just looks so stupid.
Joshua says that's a stupid fad. Women don't do their hair like that.
Don't do that. It doesn't make you look like pretty or anything. It just makes you look, oh, okay.
Make you look like a weirdo.
It's like, yeah, let me just follow
Like you're
this
trying
fad.
to hold on to your bald head.
Right.
Or just embrace your bald head like I did.
I think it's tougher for women because if I'm a dude and I start balding hard, I'm just gonna shave it. Plus, I'm black. We look good with bald heads.
Am I doing this right? I hope I did it right. 2, 4, 6.
I think you gotta go one more. Right?
8.
Yeah, on those. Yeah.
10,
don't want to roll it out too far because then it eats up all the hot
12, 14, 16. All right, so I have them all. I'm just gonna move the board over here. And we're just gonna grab. We better count. Shouldn't we like count the dogs? I didn't count yesterday.
It doesn't matter, right? Until like
we don't have no damn 32. What if we only have 32 at the door? So we're gonna.
I think this is less than 32. Where am I putting
We're gonna pinch. We had more yesterday. That package had more.
Really? Okay. We bought a new package of these from the one we usually get, and
it's Kroger brand.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. And how many do we have over there? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh!
I love it when things come together.
Okay, Mr. T.
Was that Mr. T? I thought it was Murdoch.
I think it's Ace.
Ace? Okay.
Wasn't it Ace that used to say that from the 18 guys?
I'm pretty sure it's their leader.
The pretty one.
I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah.
Oh, it's the leader.
Yeah,
and he's not Murdoch, he's not Ace, he's Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Hannibal. Oh, shit, we got all of it wrong.
You watched the show, what you're doing. I didn't even watch it.
It was Hannibal that said that. Okay, phone.
I'm sounding angry.
Let everybody know you're next to me. So, anyways, we haven't called to see how far the car is. All I know is that Jory better feed my husband.
And not that Popeyes by their house. Those people.
And what did they do, Joshua?
Okay,
Tell
so
the story.
what I like to get at Popeyes, I only go to Popeyes when they have the $5 boxes. Everything else is a ripoff. And I like to get, the pieces of chicken, and my sides are fries and mashed potatoes. Because I like to dip my biscuit and put the mashed potato on the biscuit. It's really nice. And so we told them like 6 times on the thing to the machine, and they even have the little screen that says this. I was like, okay, good. They got it. It's my sides. And then I get home, they give me the worst side. They didn't give me my sides. They gave me the worst one. They gave me I think they gave me one. It was I think they gave me the fries, and they gave me the worst side.
What was the worst side?
Rice and beans, and not our rice and beans.
It's not rice and beans. They call it beans and rice.
Beans and rice, yeah. Or it's just some sad beans on some sad rice.
And the beans don't have no gel to it. It's beans and broth.
Out of all the sides, that's the one I cannot stand. Like, you should just give me a bucket of corn. Where they just give you the corn. I would have just eaten the corn. Jeez.
Ooh, Joshua was pissed because he couldn't drive back over there to correct it because it's 5 miles away.
Yeah, it's far enough where it's just like, it's not worth it.
Far enough to be annoying.
Yep. But yeah, never going to that one. I'm just going to stick to the one.
Can you imagine if Jory had gotten that house on that street back there? Huh? He would have been stressing us out.
It's been a long time since I've been to a restaurant where they just got it wrong.
Joshua was so mad because he paid his good $5.
Well, 6 now. They jacked up the price. But it's still more affordable than, what, 22 for like some sad pieces of chicken and nothing else? No sides? If it was 22 for a decent amount of chickens and like a giant thing of sides, alright.
By the way, when you buy your book, you have to buy one of these stands to make it stay open. I had one person complain to me and say, nice. I like your books, but I like the one that had the spiral better. I like the mathematics of the spiral because the stuff stays open, right? And if you have the soft cover with the spiral, you can actually flip it open and put it in a Ziploc bag to keep your book safe when you're cooking. But I think these look more elegant. The perfect bound.
I get what you're saying, but I prefer, the spiral because it's
spiral just feels cheap.
I get it, but it's a cookbook and I want to leave it open.
Spiral feels like, that the church got together and
I don't get cheap from Spiral.
The church chicks got together and made a book for the church to sell the money to sell the book to give the money to the pastor.
That's weird how different people see things because I don't get cheap from Spiral.
You don't get cheap from Spiral? Okay, well, I feel better.
Especially for cooking, it's more efficient.
See, some pieces are a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Because we just eyeballed. A lot of people will use scale, but why?
Now the one you just put down is fat.
Yeah, you won't like that one. This hot dog don't want to slip out when you bite it.
Nope. That's why I like the little ones too, because you don't have to worry about that. You just throw them in your mouth.
So if you're doing like regular size hot dogs, you'll get 16 to wrap it.
That's still pretty good for regular size hot dogs. Gotta find a way to put some cheese in it though if you do regular size hot dogs.
I did one time.
Did you?
Yeah, it melted out a little bit, but it was even better because it crusted when it baked.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I did sticky toffee pudding for our guests yesterday because that's their English cake thing. And I was so honored because Sarah's husband Harry absolutely loved it.
We tore it apart.
He sat there and he ate and he closed his eyes.
Just quiet.
And then Sarah tried to get the last piece, and you know she's a brand new bride, right? And he goes,
Nah.
And he goes, I know we're married and everything, we share a lot, but we ain't sharing this.
Plus
and then she had a big pan in front of her.
I was say there's a ton left.
If you guys notice that I'm going a lot faster than Josh because I have more practice, but Joshua is holding his own.
She's done this enough
doing
times.
This thing. I had to do this last minute because Jada bought the hot dogs and told me to do this. And well, not tell me to do it, asked me to do it. And I totally forgot because we were doing everything else. We had panades, garnaches, salbutes.
Southwestern egg rolls.
Southwestern egg rolls. That's the egg roll where Jada does with the flour tortilla and all the stuff on the inside.
I think chili's but like better.
And then she had, what's that thing called again? Crab ragu?
Crab ragoon, yeah.
Ragoon or ragoose?
And I know it's not goose.
Ragu?
I think it's ragoon.
Ragoon?
I want to say ragoon.
We don't know.
I don't
fancy.
know. I don't know.
Whatever it is, it was fancy.
It was fancy.
It was all fried foods, and I told them, I'm so sorry, but it's just going to be fried foods. And they're like, sorry, why are you apologizing? We happy. We happy.
They love Mexican food because in England, it's rough. It's rough if you want that.
So Sarah says, Barbara, can I marry you? And I said, well, it's going to have to be a trouble because Harry has to come along. I liked her husband right away.
Oh, yeah, great, yeah.
We know Sarah through Jada, knowing them since 2019.
Night was a
2019. But I just met Harry. Jada met Harry a couple times before the wedding.
Yeah.
Before the wedding.
Oh, okay.
So I was already with him when Jada was the last time.
He's a nice dude. They work well together.
And he's a producer. So listen to me. I have no friggin' shame in my game. I said, Harry, would you like to produce a country and western singer? And I had already told him that Joe was writing all these country songs, right? And he says, only if it's Joe. And I said, that's what I was talking about. And I was totally joshing. Right, Josh? I was joshing.
That was named after me.
Oh, we have leftovers. The hell?
No, two.
No,
oh, no.
Still have one here?
What do we do?
But we have a piece of bread left over.
I guess we'll just bake that by itself.
Yeah, and it bakes good by itself too. If you guys don't have nothing to wrap, you can make this and do like a twist.
Just put
the
stuff
on top and bake it, and it'll make good. What do you call it? Breadsticks.
Yep.
But soft breadsticks, not the crunchy one. Okay, I have another recipe in the book for the crunchy breadsticks. All right, so that's one. Let me get that one. Yeah. So what was saying about them? Oh, he says, yeah, I want to produce Joe, but what we have to do is we have to lay down all the tracks, write the song, let Joe sing it, Jada play the tracks, and then we send everything to Harry, and then he'll mixes it, put it together, as a good producer does.
Yeah.
And so I told Jada later on in the visit, right? I said, Jada, guess what? Harry's gonna produce Daddy, because he's a record producer too, right? Just like Jada's boss. And
he did make a little bread anyways.
yeah, so Jada, I'm gonna plait it, Josh.
Okay.
So Jada says, yeah, he's gonna produce me. I said, not you, not you, Daddy. And she says, what are you talking about, Mom? Harry told me he's gonna produce me. And I said, okay. When did this happen, Jada? When? We've been here the whole time. When they went outside in the backyard to get a smoke.
Yep.
And that's when he talked about it. I said, oh crap, okay.
In England, they roll their own cigs. Not here.
In Australia, they roll their own cigarette too.
Okay.
So put the oven on, Joshua, to 350, but make sure there's no oil in it. I'm not gonna move. So I'm gonna get the egg wash, guys, and I'm just gonna brush it.
We should have had that on.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it raises a little bit, the bread. But light your stove first, guys.
Yeah, just to go. What you?
350.
350. Okay.
And I'm just brushing egg wash on the top.
Yourself?
I tried brushing egg wash on the bottom before. That didn't work.
Oh, cool. I can make the ragoons since Jada has the wok right now.
Yeah. She wanted to fry my good pot yesterday. My good 4-quart pot. I need another set of pot like that from Costco when they have it on sale again, Josh.
Should you go for it a little bit? I don't like cook your dress on. Okay.
They sell that pot set for like $159 right now, sometimes $199.
Yeah.
But there's a time in the year when they have it for $99. And I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna buy it. Because they have the right size pots in that set.
Yeah.
And I like the lids, how it has that drainy part, right? It has the spout and it has parts in the lid where you can drain. You know you could do that, right? Drain the pasta?
through
Go get one of the little pots.
Oh yeah, because yeah.
You see the show the ones with the handle, Josh, not the 4-quart one.
You said 4-quart. Like I'm supposed to know what that is.
The 4-quart one has 2 handles.
Oh, okay.
It's littler than the big one. It has 2 handles. The one with the 1 handle.
This guy with these little.
Yeah. So show the lid. Take it off. So show the holes in the lid. See, those holes are for you to drain your stuff that you're cooking. It has big holes and little holes. And I like that. The 2, I think that's a 2-quart and a 3-quart has one handle, and that's how it has the lid. And then the 4-quart has 2 handles, and it doesn't have that breathing hole. All right, Joshito.
A little breadstick.
I missed one, right?
Yes, like 2.
Missed 2.
Oh, this guy over here too.
What am I doing, Josh? I was going row by row.
You're talking. That's why.
I know, huh? So now we have all this egg yolk left over too. We could make it into an egg.
Yeah.
We don't waste nothing in here, okay?
No, especially an egg. Eggs are good just by themselves.
All right, so we'll get our little mix.
Just
start sprinkling,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in rows because I'm gonna mess it up too again.
All right, we'll roast too.
And if you don't want to put any of this, don't put none of this. It's still gonna taste good.
You should though.
It tastes way better.
It's way better.
And we're gonna put salt. I think that's why we eased up on the salt in the bread too, besides the salted butter.
Yeah.
Yes, guys. So let me tell you what's going on with my book. So Amazon is raising the price of the cost of making the book. And they're giving me an opportunity to raise the price of my retail, the retail price of the book. And they're like, because we're raising the price, see, any place else, you're stuck. You're stuck. Like if I put a barcode on my book with Morris Cookbooks for like the one that I did for $15, I'm stuck. And they raised the price during the pandemic and I'm screwed on that one, man. So Amazon says we're giving you a set time frame. The time frame is actually the end of this week. And today is Sunday, May the 21st. So by Friday something, May the 20 something, they're gonna give me an opportunity to raise the price of my book to offset the cost. So my book's gonna go from $25 to $25.99 because I already discussed it with my team over here, and they're like, "Nope, raise your price, Mama. Your book is good."
Absolutely, because everyone else will.
And let me tell you the results that you're gonna get from this book. You're gonna get some good bread. Why does my book differ from the other books that you might buy out there that sell bread book? They tend to have a lot of artisan type bread. If you like artisan bread, you can still get this book and have like 3 or 4, I think, artisan bread in here, right?
I believe so, yes.
The baguette, the artisan bread, and the other one that's made in that
croissant.
The one that made in the skillet, the skillet bread. You're gonna make that one with me too soon. The one where you just mix the dough with the wooden spoon and then you bake it in the pot in the Dutch oven, the Dutch oven bread. Yeah, so you have artisan bread, you got this, you got hot dog bread, you got hamburger bread, you got the different Belize breads in different increments. You know, you can make 5 loaves, 2 loaves, 1 loaf. So what you're gonna get is results. You're gonna get some great results, especially if you input what I taught you. You're not gonna have good results if you don't do what I tell you. I had this friend that would make the things that I would put on my videos, right? And he would change the butter, change the egg, swap out egg for applesauce. I don't know what they really swapped it out. I'm making up crap, right? And when the thing, the salt, yeah, sorry baby. When the thing don't come out good, they call me. They don't complain. I can't sit and call, put some in your hand because the salt is almost gone. That has to blend more. They don't complain.
Just sprinkle it?
But they'll say, why didn't it come out? They ask like that. But not like, oh, your crap is wrong. It didn't work. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, why didn't it come out? Like, what did you do? So I'm telling you that it's based on your input. That's why I can't guarantee you nothing. I can't guarantee you nothing's going to come out good when you make it from me because it depends on your input. What are you doing? You doing what I tell you to do, or you doing what you want to do? Are you doing what your grandma told you? You know, grandma sometimes is right, but you can't be mixing what she told you and what I told you. That's what I do with recipes. I'll try it exactly the way the people have it first. Doesn't come out good, Josh? Then I try it my way.
Yep.
So once this comes up to 350, it says to bake for 25 minutes, 25 to 30. Check it at 25. Yeah, 25 to 30 minutes. So just check. Some people oven burn hotter than some people oven. So just check. And look, we got 32 Little pigs in a blanket, just like
And
nothing.
a little breadstick.
And that little breadstick, we're gonna see how soft that is when it comes out, alright? So when the oven comes up to temp, it's at 260 right now. It comes up pretty quick since Daddy changed our part again. And yeah, we're gonna do. I'm gonna have to buy more books because I wanted to give Sarah one of these sisters, but all I have is one. Yeah. I'm not selling these books myself. Why? Because I want to sleep and make money. I'm so sorry. I'm tired of trading my time for money.
Yep.
I want to sleep and make money. Let Amazon deal with it, right? So we're just going to stick this in the oven. 25 minutes, we're going to time it. But if we need 5 more minutes, I'll let you guys know at the end, all right? So we'll be back. I gave it 5 more minutes only because I wanted it a little bit darker. Joshua, you coming in?
Yep, I'm coming.
Yeah, that's perfect. Ooh. What do you think, Joshy?
Looks just as good as yesterday.
That's out the stove.
Oh, this little
Look at the
guy.
little guy. How does he feel?
It's pretty strong. It's pretty
It got. I guess because it's tiny, it got hard.
Yeah.
But if you make them fatter, they'll stay soft. How is it?
It doesn't break your teeth or anything, but it's a little tough.
Okay, so it's more crispy. All right, so we have our 32 dogs. And what do you dip these in?
Mustard.
Mustard? So I guess you can dip it in whatever you like. Joshua can't eat any right now because you saw that it just came out of the oven. That hot dog won't burn you up.
I know. This is fine though. This
You
one's
can
not too
taste
hot.
the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there you have it. Your little pigs in a blanket. Get the pigs you want. Joshua likes the Kroger brand right now. We usually get it at Walmart, but Joshua likes the Kroger brand.
We got it for less, yeah.
And food for less, yeah. And you saw how to make the bread. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you think it was to make that bread?
Not hard at all.
If I weren't here and you only had the book, would it be something you could still follow along?
Yeah. The only thing I was like watching the yeast react because I've never seen it before. But now, you would know like, oh, that's a different state for sure.
And the hot water, you definitely understand the hot water.
Yeah, just pour until it's almost burning you.
And then the mixing up part is easy. You see how red it got, how drier we had to make it.
It's not super dry when it's dry. It's still some wetness in it, but yeah, you could tell when it's like, oh, this is too much.
Yeah, you could do it like that.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty easy, right? So anyways, guys, if you like this video, go watch one of my other videos right here. Because I think I have like 1,500 videos in 12 years. It's a lot. Anyways, guys, bye.
Bye.
If you like what you saw here today, guys, consider watching one of my other videos right